Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Lot of comments on my video, some of Reggie's videos. People asking a lot of questions. You know, there's some new people to craps as a whole, and I'm not gonna probably make a video on like how to play craps from a beginner point of view because there's so many of those out there that are doing a good job that you guys can look and find, and they're pretty good. They're on an actual dice table with dice, and they take you through slowly like it's a class of like how to play craps from the beginning. But for like a quick rundown before I even get started in this crapsless stuff I wanted to talk about is the game of craps is so easy. It's take these dice, roll them, whatever number you roll it again before a 7. All right, that's it. That's all craps is. Everything else is just a side bet within that bet. So, like how to maximize your time on a table within those parameters and what's allowed on the table is what the good discussions are. That's what we're having when people talk about what's your strategy, what's your press pattern, do you like this, do you like that, split sister, do you like the iron cross, do you like come bets, do you play the dark side? Like everyone has their opinions on what is best. And in my other video I talked about my pattern, which you can kind of see here. It's mostly on the 6 and 8 and the 5 and 9. It's kind of like how you press. Everyone's like, well, how do I read it? What do these green numbers mean? I don't know what the green numbers mean. This is like the hopeful land of where you get to, because the way I play craps isn't I'm going to go to the table every single day. I'm going to try to make $200, and then that's my salary. And then, if I do that 5 days a week, then I'm making $1,000 a week, and I'll end up making 52 grand a year. Like that's a job. I'm not trying to. I was a dealer. I worked at a casino for a job. It was cool. It was fun. Whatever. You can do that if you want, but like, I'm not there for that. I'm here to like have life-changing money. Like I want to be on a table, catch a roll, and walk away from that table going, I made as much money as I possibly could on that roll. And it might be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but if I ever get that roll, if I ever am on a table where someone's shooting for over an hour, and they're going to hit all these numbers a bunch of times, and like right here, like if I'm on my 6 and 8, if I'm on a table and I put my $122 down inside and someone hits this 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, man, in my pocket right here is $8,600, starting at $122 inside. If the casino only has $1,000 max, and I'm stuck here at this 900, then every time he hits it afterwards is $1,800. Yeah, I might only be at like $4,000 on the roll instead of $9,000, but that's the most I would have made on that table. Any other strategy that I gamble on craps that isn't this, I don't like, because of that negative feeling I would have if I'm on a table, someone hits 8 8s, and let's say the table max on that table's $5,000. If someone hits 8 8s and I'm on this table, max bet is $5,000, $10,000, whatever, and I don't have $8,600 in my pocket, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. I might cry. It's a failure to me. Yeah, I got $4,000. I got $3,000. Whatever. That's cool. I can talk about it. Yeah, I won $3,000 on the craps table that night. But that's like, take the mask off of, hey, I won $3,000 at the casino last night. Take it off. What the fuck? I left $5,000 out there. Oh, that feeling is what I want to avoid. I don't ever want that feeling. So when I first started learning craps back in Chicago, God, where was I at? Harrah's. I want to say Joliet, but it could have been Aurora. It could have been an Aurora. So I'm on a crap, so I'm just learning the game, and I'm betting, $6 on the 6 and 8, $5 on all the other ones, and I'm just kind of like betting the come bet. I'm betting the hard ways, and I had a roll that just pressing one unit each time it hit, I made like $600, and I was like hooked from that point on. As I learn more about craps, I keep thinking back to that one roll where I made $600. And I'm like, holy shit, if I had known then what I knew now, like I'd have tens of thousands of dollars, And that haunts me to this day. I'm 41 years old right now. That happened when I was 21. So 20 years I think about that roll. And I don't want that ever to happen again. And that might be the best roll I ever have in my life. I might never get to a table max. But you damn sure believe that if it does happen, I'm there for it. So That's the mentality behind my press pattern. A lot of people are like, well, that's not the best way to play. And what if it's a lot of PSOs and 0.7 ounce? What if it's a cold table? What if, they don't hit the same number over and over again? Well, then I'm probably not making money. And that strategy isn't the best one. At the end of every roll, you can look back and know what the best strategy was. But no one has those kind of superpowers. So when I go to the casino, what I'm trying to mitigate is the bad feeling of, oh, I could have won more. You ever played a slot machine, you get up, you go to another slot machine, someone sits down at the machine you were just playing and hits a bonus and they win, a taxable amount, and you're just sitting there like, what the hell? Okay? That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm not trying to do anything but avoid those situations with this pattern. So if you got a problem with it, you think there's a better way to play, a better way to press, a better way to do that, that's fine, because as long as it hits your goals. Whenever you're gambling, you set a goal, and then you try to find your best way to obtain that goal. All right? So all that being said, that's just to refine like the mentality I have behind stuff. All right, so if we're going to talk Crapsless Craps, all right, oh God, what's this doing? This is a website everyone should know if you're a gambler, wizardofodds.com, all right? This website is amazing. It tells you everything you need to know about gambling in any way, shape, or form. All right, and then you can take these formulas and you can put them into a Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets or whatever you want to do, and go over the numbers and kind of see what your pattern looks like. That's how I do all this stuff. It's easy to play around with it and kind of see where you're at and look at the numbers and really like go from there. In the last video I did with Reggie, should be coming out Monday. Oh God, that's today. If not today, next week, Monday. I think he's probably going to put out my videos that I do with him on Mondays. So if it's not out today, it'll be out next Monday. So when you guys watch that video, you can come over here and check out this video about Crapsless. We were in the casino and we're betting on the Crapsless bubble machine, because a lot of people that watch these videos aren't in Vegas, and a lot of the games that you have like in your casinos are a little bit different. Like in California, they don't have dice; they have dice and cards to determine craps. But the bubble craps is more of a slot machine, so more casinos have that. So we tried to show on the Crapsless Craps bubble machine how to do the pattern, kind of like in different ways for different people to do like it in their own way. Not everyone can just go to the casino with $5,000 and throw it out there and try some shit out and see if it works. It's different than just sitting and looking at a spreadsheet. Now with Crapsless Craps, here's the problem: is you can buy stuff, and when in craps, yes, set a point, hit it again before a 7, and then you can also place numbers that you want to hit along the way. So while someone's point is 10, you can bet the 6, and every time he rolls a 6, you win. A 7 comes, you lose that bet. Buy bets are the same as a place bet in where they're located on the table, but they pay the odds as if you had placed it. Okay, so they pay the odds as if you had set it as your point, not placed it. So they pay a little bit better than a place bet. The thing about it is, if you were to do the math on a buy, it's like as if you were to get a come bet with the max odds, all right? And so it's kind of paying the true odds, but your buy as the commission is like your flat bet. So it's a little bit less than that, but it's just right there. Most casinos do it a little differently. Some do, some don't. Some Crapsless Craps bubble machines always do it, and they pay you the change, so it really doesn't matter what you bet. So the pattern really doesn't matter. It's just knowing how to press, all right, and having a pattern. So for me, the point of having a pattern is like, listen, if I'm at a casino, I'm there to have fun, all right? It's just like with drugs and alcohol. If you're replacing a good time with drugs and alcohol, you're going to be an addict, and you're not going to have fun in life, and you're going to overdo it, and it is what it is. But if you use drugs and alcohol to augment a good time, then, you might not have a problem, and you could live a long, successful life doing little things here and there. That's the same thing with gambling. And it could be bad for you if you're just going all the time and that's how you have fun is the casino. But if I'm at a casino, I'm having fun. I'm having some drinks, I'm getting dinner, I'm seeing a show, I'm hanging out with people. The casino is there to like augment the good time. It's not to replace a good time. If I'm not having a good time, not having fun, don't have much money, I'm not going to a casino, I'm like, I hope this makes it better, because it probably isn't going to happen. So again, that goes into my whole thing of like, if I'm drinking, if I'm having a good time, if I'm out with friends, I don't need to be stressing on the craps table. So having a pattern, a press pattern, I need to just like remember these numbers. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 times 2 is 36. 36 pays 42. Then we start over. 90, 180, 360. Same with the 5 and 9. 15, 25, 35 with a 75. 15, 25, 35 with a 75. 4 and 10. This 10, 25, 45 or 10, 25, 50. Same exact mentality when I go to the extremes on a Crapsless. The numbers to remember are just 50, 15, 50. 50, 15, 50. Like, it's, if you're at a 50, go to the next 15. If you're at a 15, go to the next highest 50. Then 15 or 5,000. Again, the point of this is not that, hey, I'm going to put some money out there and I'm going to hit big right away and then pull my money off. That's a great plan if that's what your plan is. Sorry. What the hell? If that's your mentality at a casino, if you think you're going to fail, so you're having a regress strategy, that's great. You can do whatever you want to do, and that's your plan. Throw some money out there, build it up, hit a dollar amount, regress back to another thing, and then just go until it fails. That's great. Make your hourly, clock in, do your thing, clock out, go home, up money, and feel like you did good. You got a job, okay? You got a job. For me, I'm there to hit big, all right? Now, yes, and part of my strategy is on the 6, 8, and 5 and 9, on those inside 4 numbers, I'm trying to, the first hit, get my money back, and then start the press pattern, all right? And then I'm going up. And then along the way, okay, just go to what it pays, collect. And then press, and then go to what it pays, collect. So I am collecting along the way. I'm not just going straight to table max. So yeah, you can say, hey, if your goal is to go to table max, there's better ways. But yeah, at the same time, I kind of want my money to last until that God roll, all right? And I don't think I'm losing much on those 36 to 42s and 360 to 420s that really stops me from achieving that goal, all right? Now, on the 4 and 10, it's a little bit different. That first hit is kind of why I do that 10, 25, 45 instead of 10, 25, 50, is because in that first hit, you're still down, all right? Now, again, for having a pattern and always betting the same thing over and over, 10, 25, 50 is fantastic. Who cares if you're still down $1 on that first hit? Just double it every time. You know, you're just getting in that 10, 25, 50, 10, 25, 50, 10, 25, 50. That's great. This is what I do. Keep it simple. That same mentality of the 4 and 10, because I don't love them as much as the 5 and 9 or the 6 and 8. That's the same thing with 2 and 10 and the 3, 11. The only difference that you'll notice in my press pattern is right here where it says press both 2. All right. Now, on Crapsless Craps, I treat the 2 and 12 as one number. And all my other patterns, each number is its own individual number. I'm trying to hit the 6 8 times. I'm trying to hit the 8 times. I'm trying to hit the 5 and 9 8 times. All right. Now, with the Crapsless, on these extremes, they pay so much that it's not just the 2 I want to hit. It's not just the 3 I want to hit. I want to hit one of these 4, all right? So I treat the 3 and 11 as one whole unit, and the 2 and 12 is its own unit, all right? So when I'm pressing them both to a number, all right? So the 2 and 12, because it pays 11 to 2 in most casinos, and if you buy it, it's a little bit different. I'm just trying to keep it simple for the first bet. 2 and 12, you start at 20 on the number. This one, you start at 25. If you got to start at 25, it's fine. You're still kind of doing the same thing. 50, 150, 50, 150, 50. All right, so in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bets, you're at table max, and you're going to make $30,000. All right, is that going to happen? Probably not. It won't happen a lot. It might never happen. But if it does, if you're ever on a table and someone hits 2 12s back to back, and then they hit a 2 later in the game, and then they hit a 12, and then for some God knows reason they hit another 2, you're in a position to make as much money as possible, and you're up $30,000, and you got a story to tell the rest of your life, and you never have to bet them again. You're done with Crapsless. You retired, all right? That's what I'm here for. That's what this pattern is for, all right? And again, you can stop wherever you want. Like, you can see what these pay. If a number paying $825 is great to you, then you just want to race to 150 on all of them and just sit there, and you can collect 825 and then 825 and feel good about that, 1600, by all means, modify this to what you want to do. All right. Could you press each one individually so that if someone were to hit 2 12s and then later another 12, you could be like here? That's fine too. Do your thing. I just think that the 2 and the 12, there's only, one way to roll them. So you got 2. Well, if you combine those into one number, I feel like the odds of getting to this 5,000 to hit for 30,000 is the best way to do it. All right. And again, and this is just the way I do it. If I'm on Crapsless and I'm betting across everything and all the extremes, I know I'm going to lose money. All right. But trying to hit my money back and then only playing with house money doesn't let you get to the numbers that you really want to get to, for me, fast enough, because I want to be pressing to get to these higher amounts a little, like one step faster than I normally would on any of the other numbers. All right, 4 and 10, I really want to try to collect that money back. The 6 and 8, 5 and 9, I want to collect that money back, because as soon as I get my money back, I know that my next roll is free, and then my next roll is free, and my next roll is free, and that's the goal. With this one, I'm counting this as a loss. I shouldn't be betting 2, 3, 11, and 12. I know I shouldn't. I also shouldn't be ordering dessert after dinner. I should be getting my steps every day. But, life's about balance. And sometimes, Monday through Thursday, my body's a temple. Friday through Sunday, my body's a dumpster. Okay? These 4 numbers are the dumpster numbers. All right? I'm being bad. I'm throwing away money. This is the side bet on blackjack. This is the dragon bet on baccarat. This is a side bet, all right? And I treat it as such. So I'm not trying to get my money back and be smart with it. If someone's going to hit 2s and 12s, I'm not just trying to break even on a 2. I'm not trying to break even on an 11. I want to run this up, okay? So this is how I do it. So this is my press pattern. You just want to get into that. Like, start at 20, start at 25, start at whatever you want to do. But once you get to 50, 150, 500, 1500, 5,000. What's your table max? 1,000. So if 500 goes to 1,000, that's an extra $500. You got $1,400. And 1, 2, your third hit, you got $1,500 starting at $25 on a 3 and 11. Whether the 3 or the 11 hits, it doesn't matter, because you're pressing both. All right. Now, if you're at $1,000 max table and you get to that where you press it to 1,000. At that point, if you're a regress person and you go, no, I hit that, I'm pulling everything down, give me $100 on, or $200 or $300 or whatever on each number, do your thing. Pull it down to the minimum, start again. Do whatever you want to do. For me, once I get to table max, I want to get that hit. I want that table max hit. If it's $1,000, what does $1,000 pay? I'll just put it in right here. Pays $5,500. All right. So I want that hit. I want that table max hit. If I'm at Aria and the table max is 10K, if I'm at Win and it's 20K, that's what I want to get to. I want to get to the table max. I want to not stop until I'm there, because I want that once. I want that. I was on a table. I won $100,000. I paid off a mortgage. I bought a sports car. I got a whole Bitcoin, whatever. Like, that's the win I'm in there for. So that's the pattern. This is how I do it. Again, to remember with these, I guess I didn't put it in here. 50, 150. That's all you got to remember. These are the green numbers. Everyone's like, well, what's the green numbers? What's the green numbers? That's the pattern you got to remember in your head. All right? That's it. In your head, you just got to remember that. Now, where you start, it's where you start. You're on a $10 Crapsless Craps table. Start at $10. It hits. Push them both to 20. When those hit, if you have enough money, push them both to 50. Now you're in the pattern. 50, 150, 50, 150, 50, 150. Do what you want to do. Doubling is always good if you're trying to make profit on these. Just go from 25 to 50 to 100 to 200. We can see the math and see what it looks like if you put together these little spreadsheets. The math is easy. If you don't know what to do, just go to ChatGPT. It'll show you how to do all these like cool little whatever. I asked my wife. She's smarter than me, I guess. God, I hope she doesn't watch this. I know this is boring, but that's what we do. All right. How do I stop this thing?